Now what we got here is a culmination of a lot of stuff that we've been doing. So if we're factoring by grouping and then continue as far as possible, the groups that we see here, okay, we're going to start with that. What we can take out of that first group is an x to the fourth power. So I got an x to the fourth power, and then what's left is I got an x plus 3. Take out an x here, plus x, and I'm left with an x plus 3. So as we come to know, when we see the grouping, we can take out an x plus 3. And what we have left is an x to the fourth plus x. Now, interestingly enough, I can take out an x from there. If I do that and plop it out in front, I've got an x times x plus 3. And now I've got an x to the third plus 1. Wait a second here. That's one of those new things that we just did. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this up. It's going to be a one-time shot. I got an x out in front. I got the x plus 3. And now I've got a binomial followed by a trinomial, which is basically the result of factoring that guy. Okay? You factor that, you end up with an x plus 1, which is the cubed root of that and the cubed root of that. You take that squared, you get an x squared. That's a plus, that's a minus. The product of those is just a 1x. If you just left it as an x, that'd be fine. And then this is always a plus, followed by a 1. So that's the completely factored form. We can do a lot more with that than we used to be able to do. And so I'll let you have some fun with that. And then I'd like to do this one. And that one there, basically, I might require a little bit of extra space. I can give you much there. Sorry about that. There we go. We're going to divide. And it's an 6x plus 1. So I'm going to make 4 compartments here. Oh, I should have. Yeah, that's fine. So 4 compartments. And it's too tall. So that's 4 compartments because of that. We got the 6x plus 1 here. And I'm going to put this whole thing underneath. I've got the 1, the 6x. There's no x squared term, so I'm going to have to go 0x squared. And then I got an x cubed, and then I've got my 6x to the fourth. Now that's going to go in that first spot, 6x to the fourth power. Take out the 6x, I got an x to the third. The 6 is gone on one of the x's. That times that is x to the first, or x to the third. That and what give me 0, or give me x to the third? Well, nothing. 0x cubed gives me that. So 6x times what is going to give me that? Well, a 0 x squared. Now the x squared is kind of silly because there is no x squared. It's because the 0 is going to wipe out everything, but we kind of need to have an x squared term there to hold our spot. When we transfer it to here, I'll show you how it might look different. That times that is a 0x squared, like terms. Well, there is no x squared, and so there is no x squared. Okay, the fact that we had 0 and we needed to get 0 meant that we didn't have to add any. So if this is also a 0, then we got a 0x, and that times 1 is a it's a 0x. That and what will give me 6? Well, 6x and nothing going to remain a 6x. 6x, take that out of there, you're still left with a 1. And 1 times 1 is 1, and since they match, they divide. So the answer is simply going to be x cubed. Let's do it this way. It's going to be an x cubed plus 1. Now the interesting thing about that is, in factored form, we just took this guy out. Okay, 6x plus 1. So I got a 6x plus 1, and then I've got the x cubed plus 1. All of those basically together, well, I'm going to end up with 3 here. I've got the 6x plus 1, and that factors, kind of like the previous one, into a binomial followed by a trinomial. That's x plus 1, that's x squared, minus 1x, and then plus 1.